Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarvadharmaswarupine Avatara Varisthaya Ramakrishnaya Te Namaha. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karvavahe Tejasvinavaditamastu Mavid Vishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Yes, so Svetasvatara Upanishad, the second chapter, second mantra, we are on page 102. Yukte namarsa vayam devasya savituhu save suvargeyaya shaktya. Now, as we had just began these mantras last time, we had said that these are prayers which were used in the rituals, and they are prayers to Savitar, that is the sun god, the sun, the impeller, the inspirer. But this sun god, as you say, it's a god. You are talking about the supreme Brahman, and that is an external symbol, a symbol, because the sun wakes us up, inspires us, energizes us, sets us on a journey. Uh, we have a little explanation here because some of these mantras, as I've said, they are kind of a preamble to the yoga practices which the we will speak about. Why do we need to pray? Go straight to yoga. Oh, you got to pray. And as you know, you just said you were initiated when you were 9.
No, I think it was 13. I asked at
13.
9 and I got it at 13.
13. So here you are. When you were 13, you initiated. Your guru never told you go plunge in meditation. He said you pray first. You pray to this God and pray to that God and pray to this God. And then after a while, then you start doing your japa and your meditation. Why it's an awful waste of time. When I was young, I said, why it's an awful waste of time. Awful waste of time. Oh, really? Why don't we get to the core? But no, to get to the core, you need to prepare yourself to prayers. Now, one of the most famous prayers in the Vedas is the Gayatri. Now, it has been recited by millions and millions of people. In fact, it's incumbent for a certain class of people that they have to chant this mantra and meditate on it every day, 2 times a day. That's the minimum. You've got to do 4 times a day. During the morning, when night becomes morning, and in the afternoon, and when the evening turns into night, and then again. So the idea is Om Bhur Bhuvaswa Tat Savitur Vareniyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. There too, the mantra is for Savitar, the impeller, the inspirer, and the visible symbol is that sun. Yeah, that's right. So the idea is may we meditate upon the splendor of that divinity, the supreme effulgence, and may that inspire our intellect. Dear, you see, what happened? It's not give me this and give me that. I'm meditating on you, on your effulgence, on your splendor. May my intellect, the, it comes from the buddhi, may that intellect be inspired, be awakened. That's what. And as we have seen, the visible symbol of so yuktena manasa, with the mind fixed, we having the approval of the deity, the sun, strive according to ability in the act of meditation, which is the cause of attainment of the supreme self. That's a little, you can say, there are too many things involved in this pithy small mantra. So let's break it up a little. So the idea is that reality is transcendent and immanent. That reality we are praying to is within us and without us, outside. In this waking state, here we have to join ourselves to everything that's, you can say, around, awoken to the universal self. It's called the waking state of every living being. It's technically called Vishwa. Vishwa means the one, that soul who is now in the waking state. Okay. Now this individual is always linked to the universal. And here it's called Vishwa, and here it's called Virat or Vaishvana, the cosmic, the individual and the cosmic. This is the first thing that you must understand. The symbol, like I said, is the sun. Besides, with the mind engaged, yuktena manasa, mind engaged. You see, many people say, yesterday we had a kind of small discussion about Vedanta, and I seen that those who were discussing, not me, those who were discussing, they have not the faintest idea. They have picked up certain things and said, "Oh, this is Vedanta." Oh, so the first thing Vedanta does is teaches us that our bodies and our senses and our mind has got different functions, and each function is overseen by a deity. We had mentioned it last time, but I think this needs to be dwelt on a little. Now, what are the deities? Why the deities? Yes, they are. You can say the emanations of that one deity, but then they have particular functions. The mind is ruled by the deity called the moon. It's not the moon there. It's that moon is the visible symbol of that deity, Chandrama. Chandrama Manaso Jata. Okay. Now, the intellect. The intellect has a presiding deity called Brahma, the creator God. And we have the ego, the individuality. That is ruled by the god Shiva or Shiva Shankara. And we have memory, and memory is Vishnu. Here you are. Wow, we have these in the mind. Saying, yes, we have this in the mind, as well as we have these two eyes. These two eyes are presided over by that sun god, Surya. It sees color. Okay. And then we have taste. And the taste is Varuna, tongue. huh? Tongue, Varuna, the deity Varuna. And then we have the sense of smell. And the sense of smell is, as they say, is the two Ashwin. We have two nostrils and two Ashwin. They are the twin gods. Nice. And we have the ears and we have these, yeah, we have these directions, all the do you have these the gods, the dicks, the gods, the deities that protect these directions, all the directions. Right? And last time we had said the presiding deity of the hands is Indra. And the feet, again, here it's Vishnu because Vishnu is the long striding one. Then we have this, the sex organ, which is by Prajapati, and excretion by Yama. So all these constitute the those deities are there in part in us and everywhere. You must not think that it's only in Vedantins and not not in no. Uh, what it's trying to tell us is these deities which are here in our bodies, they're parts, of course, yes, parts of the whole. They are everywhere, and actually, you are that cosmic soul called the Virat or the Vaishvanara. This is the waking state. These deities are everywhere. Ha. Do they really exist as reflections? They exist as reflections. So, what is an individuality? What are mental and physical and sensory functions? They are also reflections of that universal reality. The moment we understand that these deities are within us, my God, I've got to be careful now. I cannot say and do whatever I think, whatever I want to know, and I'll do whatever I can. I've got a free will. I've got this and I've got that. No, the presiding deities are there. They'll damage you. You don't go against them. Don't go against them, or they'll do something they want. They let just see that everything's functional within you. And this is one of the first steps in trying to understand Vedanta. So all is Brahman. Yeah, all is Brahman. Yes, yes, yes. But you have not even started on the first step to understanding that Brahman. So these mantras are nothing but prayers. We pray to these deities. Oh, please help me. Why? Why should it's a kind of a you start with a self effort. You start, you know, you fix your mind here and you pray. And after that, what happens ultimately? It leads to self surrender. That's the idea. Then you let go. Then I've done my bit. I've exhausted myself completely. And here it is. This is one of in religion, they say, why you got to surrender your ego, you surrender your individuality? Don't you have any guts, as they say? Don't you have any kind of strength? You surrender yourself to them. Oh, but you are surrendering yourself to the Supreme Being. And there, because you will be then embraced fully by the Supreme Being. We started with the concept that we can embrace the Supreme Being. As Sri Ramakrishna gives the example, a, a tiny ant went to a huge mountain of sugar. It takes one or two crystals of sugar and returns. And tomorrow, when I go there, I'm going to take the whole hill around the mountain with me. Yes, ant. What does it know? What can it do? So similarly, at one point of time, we approach God, and then we are simply overpowered by that splendor, that greatness, and there that infinity, and we simply let go. So the meaning of this sloka is this verses with the mind intent. We are inspired by Savitri, who shines in the sun, to attain the highest bliss through his power, through its power. No, here we have, it's a little longish in the sense. Mm, and different translators have used different words to get to know the meaning of it. But the idea is, like I said, these old mantras which were used in rituals, in sacrifices, are now, like I say, hoisted from there and now made or employed as a preamble to yoga. So it has a remnant of those old meanings. But as you have said, this sacrifice which was there outside is now internalized. And that God out there, or the deities out there, the sun and all these things, is not that external sun now anymore, but it is that internal, you can say, symbol. It's a symbol of Ram. For many years, we had to do all these Gayatri mantra. Though we were doing it for years and years, and then again we had to redo it. I remember more of this, more of this. Why more of this? It could have been. So I asked my guru, how long will this carry on? How long do we need to keep on doing this Gayatri mantra? Obviously, it will stop somewhere. Then the higher mantras take over. So he told us, I asked my guru, and his guru was Swami Shardananda. And he asked me the same question, saying, you want to stop doing the Gayatri mantra? Have you realized the Gayatri mantra? No. When you do realize it, when you've completed it, then you can. Then you'll be led to a higher, you can say, aspect of the divinity. And then various things are saying, you by that Om Bhur Bhuva Swa, these three levels. This is the Bhur, this is the earth. Bhuva, the intermediate earth, the divine realms, and Swa is the heaven. We're praying to that. So those things are now internalized within us. Tat Savitur, that Savitur, that sun, that impeller, Varanium, who's resplendent. And may he awaken our intelligence. The, some of our old Swamis used to say, this is the place of the thee, the heart. The heart awakens. The heart prachodayat. So it is a kind of a superfine, you can say, instrument. One needs for spirituality. Otherwise, spirituality becomes a kind of I wear some clothes and I put some symbols on me and I dress up in a kind of a queer way and say, oh, look at him, very spiritual. I walk slowly, I talk slowly. Oh, so spiritual. Oh, what's so spiritual about this? Spirituality begins with the awakening of the thee. Thee open. Till that time, we are consciously trying to, get this thing out. Open the door. Or slam the door. Knock on the door. When we are there, we are knocking on that door. Yeah.
Question about the Gayatri mantra, because I thought that the way it was told to me was that it was like a mantra of protection, some kind of, to make you braver or have courage, or so I'm thinking this is not right.
No, you are not absolutely wrong. And I think we can deal with this because there are many people who have been told about every mantra protects.
Mm.
Well, okay. It's a kind of throws a kind of a ring around you, protective ring around you.
Right.
It does. There's a small story. I think we can get to this. Madhusudan Saraswati was a very great, you can say, scholar of Advaita, and he wrote some of the, superfine treatises on Vedanta. His Bhagavad Gita and his Advaita Siddhi, tremendous, tremendous. So when he was a young boy, he was initiated into the Gayatri mantra. As usual, you got to now wear that sacred thread and now keep on doing that Gayatri mantra lifelong. So after a few months, probably, saying, I'm not getting the results of the Gayatri. And he's seen in this village another person who used to deal with the occult.
Mm.
So he's saying that guy is more successful than me. He had those various mantras, and then he goes to them innocently and say, "Why don't you give me some?" No, no, you don't need all these things. No, no, please, you do. And he insisted and he acquired some mantras. So he took those occult mantras and started practicing, and nothing was coming out. These were just to capture these disembodied spirits and this and that, so they can work for you. It's a nice way of being boss and directing them. Hey, do this and do that for me. So he got frustrated and he returns to that person and said, "You, I think you weren't willing to give me. I think you've given the wrong mantra or incorrect mantra." Let me see. No, I've given you the right mantra. How do you repeat it? What's the mantra? This is you're the right. Then he meditated and said, "Oh, those disembodied things want to come to you, but they cannot because there's a kind of a protective ring around you of the Gayatri." And then realize, oh my God, then why don't I keep on doing the Gayatri mantra? There it was. Okay, so it's not wrong. No, it's even any mantra. The more powerful it is, the more you're protected by that kind of. You walk in a kind of a bubble
Mm.
of that mantra. Actually, you walk. So This is the. So when we are talking, so this Gayatri mantra it is directing your mind to that manifest Brahman. That is called a Sagun Brahman. This is what is. So all these tables, chairs, you, me, all these things are part of that reality. Okay, so fine. Now we want a kind of a symbol for this. What is that symbol? Oh, you see that sun? It's the brightest thing in the sky, and it's so beautiful and so lovely. It inspires us and energizes us. Yeah, we can have that. Oh, sure. We can take that as a symbol. So that became a symbol of Gayatri. And whether we now, until and unless just today we are reading about the Swami Vijnanananda, who was Swami Swahananda's guru. He lived in a very high level of state of consciousness. And he says everything is suffused with consciousness. Everything. The earth, the stars, the planets, and the moon, and the suns. The sun also is a symbol of Narayana. But of course, and Ramakrishna says, yes, I've seen that. I've seen the deity Narayana in the sun. Now, for us, this thing is all, you know, gross and functional, these things. And similarly, we look at ourselves as kind of a body and mind. It's gross. We are still on the gross level. We have not divinized ourselves. Our idea of ourselves as mere human beings is what pulls us down. We already, as you have said, we have these divinities within us. The moment we become aware of those divinities, there, all these things become divinized. Like my mind is now restless. That's a deity of the called Chandrama. Chandrama manaso jata, chaksho suryo jata, mukha indrascha agnischa, vayu pranat vayu rajayata. It's a long hymn initially called the Purusha Sukta in the Rig Veda. It shows everything has emerged from that cosmic person. It's a tremendous, you can say, hymn. And that's the reason why I was there in Santa Barbara and then talking about the same thing. Oh no, when you have a bath, you've got to chant. What do you do? You chant Purusha Sukta, that is that the hymn, reminding yourself that you are a cosmic. You have emerged from that cosmic, you can say, whole cosmic reality. So the moment we start divinizing ourselves, divinizing our mind, our ego, our memory, our intellect, there we are slowly. Just before you could come in, the mind has got a presiding deity. The intellect has a presiding deity, which is called Brahma. The personality or ego has a presiding deity called Shiva, and memory is Vishnu. And similarly, all over the body, we have these divinities. These are the organs. So once you have this, and then now whom are you praying to? You are praying to those divinities. There, here, everywhere. And what is this asking us to do? We are praying to that so that we have the ability in the act of meditation. When we so if when we are sitting to meditate, if the mind is restless, oh, oh God, and we are thinking of hundreds of things instead of thinking of God. And then You quiet it down. You pray to the deity of the mind or the deity of the intellect. Quiet. I'm going to think about God. What do you? And it's okay, fine. The mind becomes propitious to you. The intellect becomes propitious to you. Then everything slowly. Sri Ramakrishna gives it that the intellect deflected outside thinks it's very smart. Like the crow, it thinks very smart, but it eats rubbish.
Hmm.
Uh, uh, Now, when all these deities become propitious, then it's very easy to realize, to meditate and to realize the Supreme. Because those deities are not venerated by us, not prayed to by us. They also are insular. They also, oh, we will also wait. He is not employing us in the right, you can say, way or the right spirit, the way we should be employed. They are all powerful deities. And this is a prayer to that supreme being so that all these deities are infused with more power and they be propitious to us. Okay, we got this. It's not the sun. His sun has got nothing to do with this, like the prayer. You are praying to the supreme. That sun, the external symbol, is actually there within. And as the intellect, as the beings within are awakened, that's suddenly, wake up, you got to catch a flight. Oh, really? Oof. Can I cancel my appointment? Can I cancel my flight? Can I? You won't land up anywhere. You keep on canceling things. You get up. I've got an appointment to keep. I need to catch this flight. I need to go. I need to wake up. So you are engaging yourself. You're getting your act together, as they say, and moving forward. This mantra is a similar prayer to that deity. Okay. And what is you meditate here and say the greatest you can Swami Vivekananda said the greatest you can the state of an individual is meditation. When you divest yourself of all that evolutionary slime and all that you have picked up, all the trash you have picked up, there the soul stands there by itself. There is, you know yourself. That is the state of meditation. So it is, they say, that is actually your real nature. And that's the reason why they say, with the mind, once again, I'll read this. Now it will become, I think, a little more clear. With the mind fixed on the Supreme Self, okay, we having the approval. Now, there are this translator has translated as approval. Another meaning is we having been stimulated or inspired or set in motion by the deity, strive according to the ability, shaktiya, according to the ability. In the act of meditation, there we have, which is the cause of attainment of the Supreme Self. There is, there is a word missing here, like a kind of a verb is missing here. They say, what is it? Yuktena manasa vayam. Then what? Devasya savito save. Oh, but then these students here or these aspirants here they are brought up in a kind of a tradition. This seems a little esoteric because most of those old traditions have either been lost or dissipated. They were revived, parts of it revived, not the whole thing, because a modern society does not give an opportunity for such, you can say, traditions to be there, to be present. So these students, they were brought up in that tradition. They knew the tradition of the Gayatri mantra. They knew this, that if you say one thing, you must understand. They know how to fill in the gaps. So briefly, the rishi says like this. So Vayam is we. We are meditating. We are meditating. Where is this meditating now? This Suvargeya, and it's a meditating, but it is trying to tell us that we are the subject, and this is act the act of being inspired through meditation. You got this? So we are the subject. You are saying we. It is not someone here, there, or something. So finally, it comes down to, because liberation of moksha has to be accomplished by you. Simple as that. The guru has told you do this. Some days ago, there was a query. Is in this that sound? Is that Brahman? I said, God, you know, we have many seekers, and then whether that's a neuron firing in the brain, is that sound? Is it that sound of Brahman? That guy is confused. That is saying no, just. So suppose actually you go this way, and when I say go this way, you understand that this is the path. My finger is pointing out that my finger is not the path, or my hand is not the path. Go that way. Now people mistake, oh, that is that reality, that is the path. Many times this has created problems. So sometimes some gurus would like to hold on to the disciples, and then the guru has to do a little kind of a showmanship. You're in Hollywood. Will say they're in Hollywood. You got to be a showman. You have a big organization. You're a one-man show. You've got to be a showman. So they somehow want to tie this guy down to, you will be me. You'll be with me. You'll be mine. And you are there to serve me. And as a result, or maybe due to not being in this tradition, the real, you can say, value or the real teachings have not been able to be, you can say, conveyed to them. So that's the reason why. Let's come back to this. What do we do? We need to pray before we can meditate. Something like that. And yeah.
I have a question. I'm reminded of I don't know if it's in Jyotisha Viveka, where it's the ear of the ear, the eye of the eye, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering why this language is a little bit more dualistic.
No, it isn't. It is in the Upanishad called the Kena Upanishad. Shrotrasya Shrotra Manaso Manoyad Vacho Hivacha Saupranas Prana Chakshus Chakshati Muchat Dhira Pretasma Loka. It's not. It is telling you that there is not a real year of the year. Okay. It is a reality beyond the year. The year functions because, and you are right, uh, Simran is right, that these deities are there behind, and that's why these things function. And uh, we have, you know, thus spake Zarathustra,
Oh, yeah.
Friedrich Nietzsche, uh, and then he comes, and then he sees, Zarathustra sees one midget uh, kept on, he's got a huge ear, just one ear. And he sees very sin. This is the only, and the idea is this person has heard so many things, the superfine theories and all these things. He's a scholar or a scribe or whatever. They rely on the years to get knowledge. But his body is a midget. That is, his body cannot support that what he has heard and learned. It is a kind of a, they say, mm, the the vanity of the intellect, and we have got to be careful about this. It's a vanity of not only the intellect but all these senses. They think they're doing everything, but they don't realize that there is a power behind them that impels them. So here we have, uh, yeah, it's got, so it's a Keno Upanishad. It's a small, but it's a very tough. I mean, uh, yeah, it's a tough. There are there are I think there are two commentaries on that. One the simple one is the a little difficult. And Shankaracharya did that. My God, amazing. So this is for today. It is a prayer to the immanent God. Like I was asking my guru, what is this prayer? We are like, young and we do not know. What is sun? How do we conceptualize that Savitr as a sun? Meditate on the sun? No, no, no. That is that cosmic person, and there you are. You are meditating on the cosmic reality, macrocosmic reality, there, with a symbol of the sun. It can be anything. Whatever thoughts arises in your mind are bits and pieces of that reality. So you are meditating on that reality, bits and pieces. Now, if you want to meditate on the whole, you want to meditate on the whole, how do you do this? You pray so that my mind becomes strong enough, my intellect becomes strong enough, all these things, so I can meditate on the vastness. So, in all meditation, you can say traditions, we are told to meditate on this deity. This is the chosen ideal. This is the chosen deity. You're told to meditate on this. And we are also told that this is a form that your deity has taken out of compassion and out of love for you. You now meditate upon it lovingly, with gratitude. But this deity has higher dimensions, and there you are. So, as you keep on meditating, more and more of that deity is revealed to us. And as it's revealed, it keeps on, you're meditating on the entirety. So when we pray or we meditate on Sri Ramakrishna represents the entirety, the cosmos. You got it? Now you want to meditate on the supreme being, that in the waking state, as I say, Vishwa, this vast universe. Let's say it's represented by Sri Ramakrishna. Now you meditate on Sri Ramakrishna as representing the whole. This is how we. This is the attitude we need while meditating. Otherwise, oh, I'm meditating on this form of Ramakrishna, or this form of Kali, or this form of Durga, or this form of Saraswati. Different. They are just representatives of the cosmos. We have to always remember meditation is always on the vast, not on the small. But how can we keep on meditating on the vast? You take this. This is what it is. The Svetasvatara Rishi has done exactly that. Take this, and now you are meditating on the whole. Because as you think, so will you become. That's even Buddha says. If you think of yourself or you meditate on the cosmic reality, you become cosmic. And so all the deity is there within you, within the body and mind and all. They become propitious. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Way to go, way to go. I think we will stop here for today. We have